Hello, this is Tola from Trifield Productions with another Blender quick tip. And in this quick tip, I'm going to show you how you can get really rough and rugged cuts being done through models in Blender by using the Noisy Cutter Addon. It's not a free add-on, you have to pay for it. It's around $12, but for what it can do, it's not a bad price. Apparently, the developer says it's for 2.91 all the way up to 4.3. But from what I have done myself, I've tried to install it. I've installed it actually in 4.1 and 3.9 and so on and so forth. And it only seems to work in 4.0. So that's the tutorial, the version of Blender that I'll be using for the tutorial. But when you get the zip folder, you have to unzip it, because inside the zip folder, you get the textures for use in the add-on and the .py add-on itself. Py stands for Python, which is what Blender is written. That's the script that is used to make Blender, Python scripting. So the installation process is somewhat the same. Just go to Edit, Preferences, Install, and just navigate to that folder where you unzipped the contents. If you have that folder already open, just left click, right click, copy, minimize, left click, Control V, enter, and then click on .py, click on that py script and install add-on, and then it's inside of Blender. Let me type in Noisy and put a check in the box and it's activated. And it's on the right hand side of the UI, which is the tool bar here. And click on that, that's fracture. Now we're just going to keep the cube here for our example here. Like I said before, it's just a straightforward add-on. Just click on Draw Cutter and left click and just draw with your pencil tool. And there's your cutting device, so to speak. Now you can make all these changes to it. You can increase the density of it. Right now it's at 96. You can make it a bit thicker, but you have to kind of keep in mind that when you make adjustments to some of the parameters, it could take the add-on longer to process the cut. So you've bumped it up to 96 or 207, so it's made the cutting device a little bit thicker. Let's put this back to 96. Enter. You can change the length of it by changing this parameter. And what you want to do, you want to have the cutting device go through your mesh. So you can change the location of it with this parameter. Left click and drag, left to right. So we have it going through. Now this is cyclic. What this does is that it closes off your cutting device. If you click on this, it makes it a complete closed mesh. But let's keep it off for now. You can have materials here. You can add a concrete material to the middle. So after the cut has been made through your model, it'll apply a concrete material, default concrete material, to the inner parts of the model. Let's click on that. And you can adjust the noise of the mesh also, your cutting device. You can increase the strength of it. If you look at the mesh here, we're changing the strength, increasing it and decreasing it. The scale of our mesh here, the scale of that pattern, of that noise there, can increase it and decrease it. And here's where you can apply those textures. So if you click on the folder, navigate to where those textures are. Let's change our view here. You have all these different textures. You can click on the one. Let's click on this one and click on Accept. And to apply that texture, click on Load Texture. And that applies that texture to our mesh here. You can increase the strength and the scale of that also, make it bigger, smaller, because if you increase it, you're going to get more of a jagged look or a jagged cut through your model. You decrease it to get more of a smoother kind of cut through it. You can increase the scale, more jagged cut again, or decrease it. And with this part, you can, if you want to make really jagged cuts through wood, that's where you would increase the scale of the mesh. Even through concrete, but we want a smoother cut going through the concrete, so let's decrease that. I can change the rotation of the pattern also by adjusting this parameter. So it's got a lot of straightforward features to it. You can set the origin, reset the material, reset the tools also, so that's there. And then once you're satisfied with the way this has been set up, your cutting device, to exit the draw mode, press tab on your keyboard, click on your model that you want the cut to be made through, and you can click on cut fast or cut advanced. Cut advanced takes a longer time to process. Let's click on cut fast, and there we go. Let's click on that material there, or that part of the model. Click on our move gizmo and pull this up, see what our cut looks like. Look at that. So it does a really good job of cutting through material or models, so to speak, and it gives us that rugged look all the way through the model. So it's a pretty good model, pretty good add-on, and it gives us these texture slots too. So if you want to change the way the textures are, hopefully okay, I almost froze up. I guess it was processing the textures, but if you want to change the textures for your material on the inside of the cut and on the outside of the cut, it gives us the materials to work with to change. So yeah, that's the Noisy Cutter Add-on. Straightforward material. It does what it says it does, and it does a good job of it. Yeah, so hopefully you guys can download it yourself and check it out and give it a bit of a run through. Thanks again for you guys watching the tutorials, and hopefully this has been helpful for you. Once again, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, adios.